The best way I can help now is if I step aside and let government get back to governing.
Breaking news as Andrew Cuomo has resigned. Yes, the governor of New York is no more, resigning in 14 days. So I'm going to play his announcement here and then break down exactly what led to this. And it's not even just about the most recent news. It's also about what's gone on in the past, what would happen over the past year, but also how Cuomo basically controlled New York politics and how he did it using Republicans. But before I get to any of that, let me first play his announcement here of his resignation.
And wasting energy on distractions is the last thing that state government should be doing. And I cannot be the cause of that. New York tough means New York loving. And I love New York. And I love you. And everything I have ever done has been motivated by that love. And I would never want to be unhelpful in any way. And I think that given the circumstances, the best way I can help now is if I step aside and let government get back to governing. And therefore, that's what I'll do. Because I work for you. And doing the right thing is doing the right thing for you. Because as we say, it's not about me, it's about we. Kathy Hochul, my lieutenant governor, is smart and competent. This transition must be seamless.
All right, God. Insufferable. Of course, he's resigning, making himself the hero. It's not about me, it's about we. This guy, he's one of the most selfish politicians in politics, especially in the Democratic Party, and it's completely insane the way he announces. But then again, he's gone. No more Cuomo resigning. Let me go over some of these details here. So first of all, obviously what largely led to this from NBC News here. After he was first hit with sexual harassment allegations earlier this year, Cuomo ignored bipartisan demands that he resign and predicted the investigation he authorized State Attorney General Letitia James to carry out would exonerate him. Instead, the report alleged that he'd harassed 11 women, 9 of whom were state employees, and subjected some of them to unwelcome touching and groping. His office also retaliated against one of the women after she spoke out about how she was treated, the report alleged. In the wake of the report, the state assembly had begun to organize impeachment proceedings. Local law enforcement officials also announced they were investigating whether criminal charges were appropriate. This is why he resigned, because there was no way out for him. He's not resigning because he cares more about New Yorkers. God, it's such bullshit. I hope most people can see through this. I mean, the amount of Cuomo love that was occurring last year during COVID, when he was hiding nursing home deaths and putting COVID patients in nursing homes. I mean, the whole thing was completely nuts. Let me get to some of that here. COVID death toll at New York State nursing home, 50% higher than reported, AG says. So there was another report or another investigation into Cuomo over this. They had actually undercounted the amount of nursing home deaths as a way to protect themselves from any criticism. This again from NBC. Saying here that they found that the state health department had underreported the COVID-19 death toll in nursing homes by as much as 50%. A top Cuomo aide was then caught on tape telling Democratic legislators that the administration took months to release the full data about nursing home residents, in part because of worries that the information was going to be used against us by the Trump administration. So they hid deaths in nursing homes while directing people into nursing homes. So this from ABC News. At the onset of the pandemic, state health officials directed nursing homes to accept residents recovering from the virus as they were discharged from hospitals. The directive was rescinded several weeks later, but Cuomo faced criticism that it contributed to a high level of deaths in nursing homes. So this was going on. They were feeding people, recovering patients into nursing homes where they were underreporting COVID-19 deaths. So, so much going on with Cuomo that he should have resigned over before even any of this, the harassment allegations came out. And then on top of that, this is a guy that the way he played New York politics is just so completely disgusting. I'll direct you to this article in The Intercept. I'll link to it below the video. It breaks down basically how Cuomo has been boxed in now because he's actually being called out on his bullshit. But just a little piece of that here from The Intercept. Before Trump's election, Cuomo had built a unique political system in New York in which power flowed upward to him. Republicans controlled the state Senate significantly thanks to Cuomo, who helped create a renegade band of Democrats known as the Independent Democratic Conference. The IDC allied itself in the state capital in Albany with Republicans, while Cuomo fended off insurgent Democrats' effort to unseat Republican senators and reclaim the chamber. The GOP's control of the upper chamber marginalized the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, creating an obstacle that could be cited for the failure to enact the party's agenda. So this is what Cuomo did. He used Democrats to work against the Democratic Party agenda. So the IDC, this renegade band of Democrats, siding with Republicans as a way for Cuomo to maintain power. No love lost for this maniac. So it's good to see him gone. It's hilarious that he is saying how much he loves New York and loves New Yorkers. He's stepping aside for them. If that was the case, he would have done so years ago. He would have never actually ran for governor. But here he is, of course, pretending that he's being a great guy when ultimately, again, it's all about him. One of the most selfish politicians in this industry, in politics. And it's good to see that he is finally being forced out.